Ach, up, ach, up, ach. Oh, wang, 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 wang. Good morning. My name is Chris Fox, and today I'm going to give you the best piece of writing advice that was ever passed along to me. This came to me from a writing group, and it happened not too long after I had turned 18. See, back then I wanted to be an author, and I believed that great authors were born, not made. And of course, I was a great author. I had been born a great author, and so here I was just trying to claim my potential. But for some mysterious reason, every time I showed somebody one of my stories, they cringed and fled. And I was trying to figure out what was going on there. Obviously, there must be something wrong with my audience because they couldn't recognize my brilliance. What was going on? So I'd go to these meetings, and there was one gentleman, and I don't remember his name anymore, but he had like hair everywhere coming out of his ears, coming out of his, nostrils. Was super old, very quiet spoken, fairly nice until it came to the writing. Once the writing started, this person had no patience at all. Now, this gentleman didn't want to get published. He had no aspirations beyond trying to improve his story. He showed up every week for the entire time I was there with the exact same story with different chapters, and we tweaked that. That was the only thing he cared about. And his catchphrase is the best writing advice I have ever received. Just shut up and write it. There it is. There's the advice. You made it at a minute and 20 seconds in. Just shut up and write it. Just shut up and write the goddamn book. I mean, he would say it, and it's funny because the more you navel gaze, the ruder he would get in the way he would say it, but it would always be some version of, just shut up and write the story. And you know what? He was right. A lot of us get down in the weeds. We'll stop writing entirely. We'll spend months researching things we don't need to research, when at the end of the day, we're just trying to avoid writing the book. Because I think a lot of us fear when the book is done and we get to the other side of it, we're going to realize we're not as skilled as we want to be, and it's not as good a story as we thought it would be. As long as the story is in your head, safely unwritten, then it could always be the greatest manuscript that has ever been written. It could always be the best story that has ever been told through history. But the moment you put it down on paper, you've committed it. And you've made it into something, and now it's real, and it could suck. And you know what, guys? It probably will suck. But we can edit it. You can get friends to help you. And you know what? If this story is terrible, the next one may not be. And maybe the next 5 stories are terrible. But if you don't actually write those stories to completion and finish those stories, we'll never know. So that's the writing advice I would like to pass on to you that was given to me. Just shut up and write it. It sounds terrible, but you know what? As authors, we usually tend to have enormous egos. Sometimes we need to shove the egos aside and just shut up and write it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get back to the writing and also to the course development. So for those that are following along, I made a casual mention last week and got quite a few notes about it. I have recorded the first 21 modules of a 30-day Writing Faster course, 5,000 words per hour. This will be coming out in June. I'm still in beta testing of this. You can comment in the comments if you are interested in this. I have about 60 students currently going through this. We are doing half price right now for beta. You don't have to pay for it. There is a beta pricing plan, but the problem with the beta pricing plan is that's going to go away as soon as the course goes live. So if you start the course for free, you're going to get like a week or 2 into it, and then it's just going to end. And you're welcome to do that. I don't want you to discourage you not to, but I do want to give you a realistic view of what's going to happen with the course beta. But at least then I guess you could see the first couple of weeks for free. Again, I'm not really trying to sell the course, but this was a thank you to the people that are doing the enormous work in testing, which has been both fun and profitable. Like, there's links that don't work the way that they're supposed to. And we had one day where it sent an email every day. It sent out the email and there was no link to the module in the email. It had been stripped out. So, we're getting things solved and sort of kicking the tires. But it's really fun to be able to send a daily video with a lesson every single day that's kind of similar to this and similar to my channel, and have people work their way through it. And now I'm starting to get emails where people are saying this course is useful. So I'm like, yes, it's working. They're getting faster. Anyway, I do need to get back to the writing and the recording, and I will see you guys next week.